Naihanchi Sho Dan, hajime. Now what this is just a crescent block. And the reason why we do two things at the same time with our hands is because they're setting you up to block and strike simultaneously. And so when you're in close fighting, you don't have time to throw a bunch of blocks, you'll get overwhelmed. So you have to block and strike at the same time. And that's what you're doing here. You're doing this. And so this is simply going here, and here, here, and here to make it kind of an efficient way to train. So you're going here and here. All you're going to do is we isolate each side. That's what you're doing. So from here, Rich is going to throw that front kick and reverse punch, and that's what it is. Again, and then the hip, the lead hand. Thanks, sir. Naihanchi Sho Dan, hajime. Then we have this. Now this is dual purpose. One, it does protect your solar plexus and your ribs, but that's just incidental. What it really is from here is a point of reference. So if I didn't have my hand here for that block, any block, whether I go sideways or I do it in the front, if I didn't have my arm here, there'd be really no consistency possibly. So it's here as a point of reference. And then you have a strike off of that. You block and strike. And then, since the hand is here, you'll see this in different applications of the katas, is it sets up for that inside downward back knuckle strike to the face, because you want to work inside. This is fairly easy if we're here, and I go like this, and Rich, you can block it pretty quickly and easily. However, this is much more difficult, because it's not coming in, it's coming down. Okay, so we'll do that now. From here, he's going to throw the punch, I'm going to block, hit. See, my hand is here, and it goes right there. So again, and you can see how that slides right in there quickly. Naihanchi Sho Dan, hajime. Okay, first let's talk about the leg movement, the quickness there. I'm fighting with Rich. I'm in my fighting stance, okay? And he fakes with a lead hand, let's say, and I react, and he comes to sweep my leg with his back foot. Exactly. So when he does that, go ahead. It's an anti-sweep technique. Again, we'll do it a little slower. Here, boom, and there. Okay, that's that. The other part of that technique, so remember, in these Toris, even though the techniques are done kind of a combination, they're totally unrelated. So from here, he does a lunge punch, block, and strike with the hammer strike. That's why it's here and here. And of course, when I do the kata, this makes it uniform with my elbow check. Naihanchi Sho Dan, hajime. Okay, this technique. This technique is a half fist punch. And in close quarter fighting, Rich and I don't have time to move my feet because his hands are going to be faster than I can move. So what I do is I block and strike simultaneously. Now, when we're this close, let's say he throws a hook punch to my head, and I block it from here, you know, I don't have a lot of power, even going this. But what happens is, with the half fist punch, good try, okay, we block, what happens is, it has more power in close distance. There. So that's what you're doing. Your hand is here, and that's why the kata comes like this, and it stops, because it's an individual technique. You block and strike simultaneously, and you twist your wrist forward as you strike, and you get more power. I'll give you an example of this. Go ahead and put your hand on the corner, Richard. It's right there. See, I can get this close, and I can hit you, even from here. Okay? Or I can be from here, and it makes all the difference in the world. Because it's straight, and you have that wrist snap at the end of the technique. Thank you, sir. Naihanchi Sho Dan. Hajime. Okay, now from here, again, we're in that Seisandachi, that's where we always start. He's going to throw a front kick, again, moving off the line, and striking with the hammer. Could go to the body, but his hand is right there. And the reason why we keep our hands there is for that reason. You notice, if I was to go to his solar plexus, it would be covered. But I just simply redirect it to his face. One more time. Okay. Naihanchi Sho Dan, Hajime. Cover, just like before. From here, you know, we're going to throw the reverse punch, and it's that same cover, and then the throw, come across. And so, we've done that before. I want to emphasize, you notice that in the Naihanchi kata, and when you come across like this, and you're getting ready to do that side strike, always in the horse stance, moving away from him into the stance as he'll go by. Now what I'll have Rich do, what I want you to do, Rich, I want you to, we're going to get into a fighting stance, okay? And I want you to throw a barrage of techniques at me. Go. Fast. Do it fast. I need speed. Try to put me over. Okay. That's how it works. Okay? Naihanchi Sho Dan, Hajime. Is. Okay. This side, it looks like a hammer strike, because it is, but it's also two separate techniques. And so what we'll do, from here, Rich is going to throw a front kick, and it's the same as we did before. It's the hammer. It's just, you're just coming through his head. Okay. The new technique is a stop hit. And so, if Rich was to reverse punch me to my rib, okay, notice that if I straight out my arm, I hit him, and he doesn't hit me. Because I use the entire reach of my shoulder and arm as a stop hit. And that's what you're doing. It comes across, but it's also a reference to stop hit with the lead hand. So when Rich and I are fighting, he goes to throw that reverse punch, that's what happens, he gets hit as we come in. Okay? Okay, we're done because with the Naihanchis, the technique is done in one direction and it's performed identically to the other. So there's really no need to give you should I say, a repeat of the explanations of the techniques. So we'll just bow out. Thank you, Rich. Train hard. We'll see you next lesson. Stay ready.